As we get close to the premiere of Andor, more leaks are coming out about the upcoming Star Wars series. For example, we know details about the first 4 episodes of the series, and learn about Cassian Andor's real name. Along with that, Total Film had a few previews about Cyril Karn's character. That's really interesting. Greetings my young Padawans, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Star Wars Now. We're super excited about Andor coming out in September, but before we do that, let's jump into the video, use the force and hit that subscribe and like button to never miss a video from myself and the team here at Star Wars Now. As always, if you're talking about Star Wars, then of course we want to hear about it. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about these new details. The Andor series being delayed and pushed back into September caused some issues with Disney and Lucasfilm's marketing and press tour. An example of this is media journalists getting previews of the series, including upcoming episodes, well before it actually does air. A member of the Reset Era forum under the username Ramallah took to the site to give their brief thoughts on the upcoming series, and has given us some details about what we should expect and the things that might anger Star Wars fans. Ramallah provided comments and their thoughts about the first 4 episodes of the series. One thing to note is they believe a 3-episode premiere for the series is needed. 3 episodes are an entire story arc and can be compared to a movie. This builds into the writing, primarily as the heroes can act like villains and vice versa. Something to think about when dealing with this series, and we'll talk about that more in just a second. Andor as a whole is described as the most grounded thing Star Wars has ever done, comparing it to an English-made espionage thriller. Given the series was filmed in the United Kingdom, and Tony Gilroy, the showrunner, has experience in espionage writing and directing, doesn't surprise me really. What is good to learn, in a sense, is that Andor is not concerned with giving fan service moments to the audience. Personally, I think this is a good thing. Many have gotten carried away lately with fan service and wishing iconic characters to turn up in every episode. Perhaps The Mandalorian might be the fault for that one. Ramallah described Andor as a show that wants you to delve into the Star Wars universe for regular players, and see what life is like. For example, they wake up each morning and go about their day. How does that happen for Cassian and Mon Mothma? Andor is described as a space drama rather than the standard Star Wars description of a space opera. It's also described as being complex at a certain point, therefore asking a viewer to do some work in understanding specific issues interestingly. Ramallah points out that they think a few Star Wars fans are probably going to hate Andor. This is a rather interesting comment to make. This followed their description of the motives of Andor's characters being complex. While some might expect the role of a traditional evil in the Star Wars universe, Andor is trying to tell a grown-up story. Therefore, expect the unexpected. However, the series does have that cinema vibe that the Bourne movies also did. So to be expected with Tony Gilroy, to be fair. One detail that has come up is our heroes acting like villains. This has been something we've been expecting for some time now. We remember the Rogue One moment when Cassian says he's done terrible things in the name of rebellion. Also, he does kill his friend in the opening 5 minutes of the movie. Isn't exactly a saint there. Andor is going to expose more layers of his character to us. However, Ramallah does say that at the start, Andor isn't the most exciting character in the world. Instead, pointing at both Mon Mothma and Luthen Rael, who's played by Stellan Skarsgård, are the ones we need to watch out for. Those are both the Rebel MVPs right now. Though something did pique my interest, the details about the Imperial characters in Andor. We know Game of Thrones actor Anton Lesser will be showing up in Star Wars Andor. Who he is playing is currently unknown. Denise Gough is also playing Dedra Meero, a high-ranking Imperial officer who is likely working as a part of the ISB agency. Ramallah does say there is much more exciting characterization going on via the Imperial side of this story. They say that it's a shame we're not getting a whole show about that. Does make me hope that Anton Lesser is playing some sort of high-up role through the Imperial ranks. I love seeing that personally. Now I am massively excited by Andor. It's shaping up to be a series many of us have been looking forward to for a few years now. I'm very intrigued by the comments on the Imperial characters and what will happen to them. I'm always finding myself interested in Imperial ranks and organisations like the ISB, so I'm sure that's going to be fun to watch, and maybe we'll get a cameo from Agent Kallus as an Imperial officer, but again, if it's not concerned with fan service, that might not happen. Complex characters are something Star Wars can do well. Blend that of well-written storytelling and you've got a good setting. However, there is no concern for fan service. This might strike some fans the wrong way. We've been spoiled in recent years with the likes of Ahsoka Tano and Bo-Katan showing up in The Mandalorian. Seeing that Andor isn't really concerned with this should reassure many who criticise modern Star Wars for using too much fan service. I feel like the series of Obi-Wan Kenobi sort of fell victim to that. It didn't have much, or rather did have too much at certain points, depending which way you look at it and which side of the fence you're on in the argument. The comment that some fans will hate Andor does stick out to me. I think this could be due to the tone and pace we're dealing with. That and the structure, and pace might be unfamiliar with some Star Wars fans. Then again, with how divided the fanbase can be sometimes, especially over new items, this is always going to happen. First up, let's get to our leak. According to Bespin Bulletin, Andor's real name has been leaked online and revealed by their website. According to inside sources, Cassian Andor's real name is actually Kassa. They're not sure about the spelling of that right now, but he will inherit the name of Andor, and that is not his family name. It's possible he does get the name of Andor from Fiona Shaw's character, Marva Andor. We do know, thanks to details, that Cassian's original homeworld is destroyed in the series. This perhaps relates to the moments we've seen in the trailer, such as the Phase 2 clone troopers wandering around, likely indicating a world is perhaps caught in the crossfire of the Clone Wars. That's really interesting. A couple of new images have come out for Star Wars Andor. We've been sharing them on our social media pages, so make sure to follow us there and the links below in the video description. We've got 2 new images of Kyle Solar's character of Cyril Khan, who is a sort of local law enforcement officer, perhaps stationed on the planet of Ferrix, where we know most of Season 1 does take place. Cyril Khan's mother is revealed as Edie Khan, who seems to be someone of an overbearing nature. Kyle Solar, who plays Cyril, recently spoke to Total Film while doing press work for Andor. He said the following, which does give us a few details. He doesn't have a father, Solar told Total Film. He was raised by his mother, who was sort of a stage mother from hell. He has an extreme sense of need to impress and fill a hole in himself, and so that really is about ascending to the top of whatever field he's in. The field he's chosen is one of restriction and complete control, and one of domination. I think we've been able to thread that through with the scenes that Cyril has with his mother. He continued on this by saying the following. Tony wrote this incredible tapestry of life. It's real Dickinson in this scope, and its achievement. I'm only, of course, speaking from Cyril's trajectory, but he brings it down to incredible personal and incredible small domesticity, and also turning into a pin to play. It's nothing I've sort of seen in Star Wars movies before, but a combination of action and mystery and intrigue, and you have all these incredible unique personal stories coming through. Now I'll be the first to admit, Khan is playing a very interesting character. I'll wait until we actually see the series and what happens with Cyril Khan before I reserve judgment for this, because I'm intrigued right now, but also kind of concerned of what role he plays. So that's all the news we have for Star Wars Andor, but oh wait, there's something else. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, is returned to IMAX cinemas on select dates and also showing a glimpse, get this, a glimpse of unreleased Andor footage. Thankfully, Star Wars Now and the Nerdgasm team have gotten ahead of this and will be seeing the footage of this Wednesday, so stick around for some updates on that. That's it for myself on Star Wars Now. Do let me know what you thought of this video update down below in the comment section. Are you excited for Andor? If so, tell us what part you're mainly looking forward to. But as usual, if you want to keep up to date on your latest Star Wars news, lore and more, make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Star Wars Now. As usual, I've been Captain Jack, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.